Thinking of making a tailor-made video for your business but unsure on where to start the production process? Well, the first and most crucial step lies in pre-production. But what does that mean? Well, today we will explore just how important it is, along with what steps need to be taken to make sure the production process proceeds smoothly, and by making sure everyone involved is on the same page. All while having the production process be carried out in a way that maintains a high level of quality. Not only in the way the video is made, but also in the way it is presented to the viewer once it is completed. What determines whether a viewer decides to engage with a video or click away from it is ultimately the quality of the video that is created. This video, in its second part, will go on to set up the various aspects that are commonly covered in the pre-production phase of video creation, while elaborating on why they are as important as they are, in addition to some of the various pitfalls that may come about in this process, highlighting them in a way where they would be noticeable and help them stand out that much more, so they would be navigated around rather than having to face the problem head on. Hello, I'm Michael Wolf. I'm an award-winning actor and director, and I lead the multi-award-winning tailor-made video production company, United Wolves Productions. Let's talk about what to look out for in pre-production. Pre-production has always been a core part of the creative process, and for good reason. It is from this process where the creators come to understand what they're making, while coming up with various plans and contingencies that would be put into place so that the production and post-production phases of the video making process go as smoothly as possible. That is, without any major setbacks that would end up costing the client and the production crew a hefty sum of capital to rectify further down the road. The scale of pre-production would understandably depend on the scale of the video. It could start out as a few notes on a piece of paper and slowly develop into a detailed document that outlines every aspect of the production, leading up to the final video being published. Whenever money is involved, however, there would be a risk to consider, and the more risk that is mitigated at the start, the less money would be wasted along the way. Not only would it help mitigate the risk involved in video creation, but it would also allow the parties involved in the creative process to get on the same page, coming to an understanding of what the video would be about, what would need to be covered within, and how the message and values of the company would be effectively communicated to the viewer in a way where it leaves a lasting impression on them. If you have never done any pre-production before, trying to figure out where to start can be a daunting task, as where to start may not immediately be obvious, as there are a multitude of things that need to be taken into account before filming begins. Not only that, but understanding what is necessary and what is not in the grand scheme of the production process may be unclear at best and confusing at worst. With so much planning involved so early on, it may have the effect of giving off the impression that there is no room for improvisation and last-minute inspiration during production and even the post-production process. However, if the video making process is well planned out and all the details have been ironed out, it allows the people involved to know what is expected when working on the video. With everyone being on the same page and having a good understanding of what is needed to be covered and the time frame they are working in, it can allow for leeway in being creative and having the freedom to come up with something that may improve the quality of the video along the production pipeline. Pre-production is a curious stage in the video making process, as it can be done by one or multiple people, depending on how much time, money, and effort is being put in the video. There are benefits and drawbacks to both methods. With one individual working on it, there may be other perspectives that may have been seen, but are missed, and in turn would need to be taken care of. However, with many people involved, there may be instances where too many perspectives may end up creating a situation where the point of the video may end up getting obfuscated, and in turn end up casting too great of a net where things that would not need to be paid attention to might get more time than they actually deserve. Then again, there is also the scope of the video to take into account, where having a large project be managed by one individual may be overwhelming and have things fall through the cracks as a result. On the other hand, having a large team take care of a relatively small project may be just overkill. It is all a matter of having the right amount of people with the right skills for the appropriate video. And that in itself is a video by video case. Value comes in knowing how to balance it all in a way where things are operating in as optimal a way as possible without sacrificing the quality of the final product. This then brings us to the question of how to establish the scale of the video. The scale of the video would be one of the first things that would be established between the client and the production company. Establishing the locations, crew, actors if necessary, and everything in between, ironing out the little details so that an appropriate budget can be agreed upon by both parties. Well, this can be conveyed in the form of a pitch to the client, where the production company comes along to present a video idea that will be in the best interest of both parties involved. This can occur in two different ways, where one method has the production company reach out to a business in the hopes of creating a video, or for the business to reach out and commission said video. For the first scenario, forming the pitch to the client could be considered the pre-production that leads to the pre-production. This is a stage where everything is theoretical and the idea is being presented in as clear a way as possible. The idea is most likely something that is tailored towards the specific business in question, communicating their history, mission statement, and what services are on offer for the viewer. This would provide with a rough idea of the locations, crew, estimated time, and the capital required to bring the video to a completed state, all of which can be further negotiated between the client and the crew. Once both sides are on the same page and an agreement has been reached, pre-production would be able to begin in earnest. On the other hand, if the business is the one to reach out, then it is likely due to either the reputation garnered by the production company and the quality of their work, or because there is something specific that the business wish to have made. While the business in question is the one reaching out, that does not mean pre-production is no longer necessary. In fact, it is still a requirement, and a very important one at that, because while the requirements may have been set out by the business, the production company still need to set out to make the video in question. A difference between the two scenarios is that while the onus is on the crew to come up with an enticing idea for the business to be interested in with the first, the latter example would have the guidelines the crew would need to operate within. Both require work that focuses on different skill sets. One to narrow down the choices from a seemingly infinite number of options, while the other is trying to navigate a path to the end goal of a specific video as commissioned within a selection of set guidelines. Now that we have taken the time to establish the importance of pre-production and how it can differ depending on the various requirements set up by either the crew or the client, the second part of this video will look at the various aspects that will be covered within the pre-production process in detail, from planning to storyboarding. Let us know what challenges you have gone through and encountered in pre-production in the comments below. Leave a like, share this video, and subscribe for more. I've been Michael Wolf from United Wolves Productions. Welcome to the Wolf.